Hi there. I have got another 5 questions and answers today on various things to do with how to write your first book. So, if you are keen on learning a bit more about how to write your first book, your fifth book, your 10th book, or your 100th, then hang around and let's see if we can learn some stuff together. Hi there. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lisa Oliver. I am a paranormal romance author. You can Google me, Lisa Oliver author, or check me out on Amazon. I have over 80 titles to my name. They're all in the true mates and fated mates genre. And I just love writing them. I really do. I have been self-published for 8 years and I have been comfortably living off of my income for the past 8 years. So I like to help other people live the same sort of lifestyle that I do. Okay, but let's get into the questions. So the first one is, how many words should a person write every day if you're an author? How many words should you write every day? Well, you can pretty much write as many as you like. It really isn't important. I wanted to include this question, although I have answered something similar in an earlier video, which I will post up here. But the thing is it's not important how many words you get down every day. It's not even important for you to write every day. In fact, okay, so we're doing a twofer, because that's my second question here is, do I have to write every day? The thing is, I do, okay? But I am a full-time author. I like to write between 3,000 and 5,000 words every day. I'm usually running 2 or 3 projects all the time. And the thing is, though, is I don't have young children anymore. My children are all grown and I now have grandchildren. I don't have any other work outside of the home, so I don't have to go and work for a boss because my writing keeps me comfortable. I don't need to do that. I don't even have a partner. So I actually lost my partner becoming a writer. Who knew? Who knew that would happen? But it did. And I've been living on my own for those 8 years as well, supporting myself. So I don't have to be wife, mother, or anything else like that, or employee. I can get up when I like. I usually read for a couple of hours, then I take care of all the admin side of things. And being a self-published author, there's a lot of admin I need to take care of, and then I sit down and write. And some days I write 1,000 words a day, and sometimes I write 3,000, and sometimes I'm on a real burner and I'm still working at midnight, and I'll do 5,000 in a day, and gosh, that fly's annoying, isn't it? Never mind. And so it really doesn't matter. But what is important is that you see, people hinge too much on this, oh my gosh, I've got to write so many words in a day, and if I don't, then I'm a failure. You don't fail so long as you keep moving forward. So if you have 10 minutes in the morning and you can jot down 100 words, that's freaking brilliant. If you say to your significant other, hey, look, how about you take the kids to the park on a Saturday afternoon so I can have a couple of hours to write? And that might be the only time you've touched your manuscript in a week. That's still really good. You've got to get away from the fact that if you don't write 1,000 or 5,000 or 3,000 or whatever words in a day, then you're not a writer, because that's not true. You want to write your book. So you put down as many words as you are able, and you keep working towards finishing that book. That is the important thing. So in answer to the question, how many words should you write every day? Write as many as you can. And do you have to write every day, which was question number 2? No, you don't. But you keep moving forward. So if it's once a day, once every 3 days, once in the weekend, whatever it is, write when you can, and just keep moving forward with your story, because we all want to know how it ends. Now, one of the things that might help is I've just started on another channel. I've just started doing some writing sprints, and somebody said to me, well, what is a writing sprint? I never used to use them. But as some of you know, I'm currently writing a series with JP Sale, and we're doing Tangled Tentacles, which is all very tangled. And like we're chucking out books in less than a month because she lives on the other side of the world from me. I live in New Zealand. She lives over towards the UK. And so might do a couple of thousand words in my morning and chuck it back to her. And then her morning is my night. And she does a couple of thousand words again and gets it back to me before I've even got up the next day. So we do chuck through it really fast. But I did say to her, I was sort of like, how are you doing this so quickly? It's just ridiculous. She's like a machine. It's amazing. And I sort of felt like I was falling along the wayside. And I thought I was a pretty good author. But it turns out she does sprints. She has a couple of people that she does sprints with in the morning. And it really works for her. She can chuck down, 1,000 words in a sprint, and it's brilliant. So sprints are where I think the important thing about sprints is you've got somebody else there and you're being accountable, and it's holding you accountable to your writing process. So I will drop the channel link for Lisa Writes, which is my other channel, where I don't talk about all this stuff. I write, and included are some sprints. So if you don't have anybody that you can call up or you can have round or you can even Zoom call to write with, then why don't you plug in one of my videos and write with one of them? There are short ones, 5 and 10 minute sprints. There are longer ones, 20-minute sprints. I did one suitable for somebody in their half-hour break, which was 2 10-minute sprints. So check those out. That card will be up there in the corner. Give that a look, and I'll also drop the link in the description below. So another question, and this happens to all of us, is imposter syndrome. It ties in with another question that's like, when can I call myself an author or a writer? Because, of course, one of the biggest social questions that new people will ask us is, what do you do? I tell people that I write for a living, and then they ask me what. And because of the area that I live in, sometimes I will tell them that it's just romances. Sometimes I will tell them I write gay romances. Sometimes I will tell them because they might have an issue with the paranormal. It's really, quite weird how many different people have different biases about things that people write. But the easiest answer that I give people is just go and Google me, like later, when you're not standing in front of my face, because I don't like dealing with other people's prejudices. I don't need it. I don't need their aggro in my life. I'm quite happy with what I do. I'm very comfortable with what I do. But feeling like a writing imposter is actually slightly different. It's sort of like there's all these amazing authors, and they're all, over there. And it's really hard sometimes, even if you've written hundreds of books, to feel part of that community and to accept that those authors are just the same as you and I. They get up in the morning, they scratch, they pull their pants on in exactly the same way we do. But it's hard to know that sometimes. So we're squashing that today. I am telling you that if you are writing a book, whether it be your first book, 10th book, 20th book, or whatever else, you are a writer, you are an author, you may call yourself what you like. But don't ever feel that you're not a valid person in the writing community, even if it's been a year or 2 years since you've picked up or opened a new document. I was going to say picked up a pen, but of course people don't do that much anymore. But it doesn't matter. I believe being an author, being a writer, it comes from inside. I want to write, I want to tell stories. If you want to write and you want to tell stories and you have written or you are writing, then you're a writer/author. Call yourself what you like. But don't feel like an imposter just because your book isn't published or because it isn't traditionally published or anything else. You are a writer and an author because you say so. You put words on a page. You are working on your book. Whatever your situation, that makes you a writer or an author. So hang on to that and maybe stick a big sign up across the top of your computer. I am an author or writer, whichever term you want to use. And finally, I had a couple of comments on a couple of my earlier videos from people who've said that they start their books, but then they can't get past like the beginning. You know, they'll write the first 3 to 5 chapters and then it kind of sinks because they know what's going to happen at the end. They've got it all worked out about what is happening at the end, but then it just doesn't, they can't get there. They can't get to this climatic scene they've got in their head. There's that big dip in the middle. And that's what we call it, the soggy middle. You have to, the plague of the soggy middle. You've got to be really careful of that. There are a couple of ways you can deal with that. Firstly, just keep pushing on. I am doing a video on persistence, but I don't think that's out yet. If you're watching this as this has just come out, I don't think that one will be out yet. It'll probably be scheduled for later in the week. But the other thing is that you can do is you can write your end chapters. Write your end chapters, the climax scene, get right through to the end, then work backwards to the bit that you got stuck on. That middle has to be done. It's the bridge between the fantastic, amazing start to your book and the, climatic scene that you've got at the end of the book, your resolution. And you need to bridge it with those middle chapters. But they don't have to be boring. They don't have to be info dumps. They don't have to be anything at all. When you start writing a book, your characters are on a journey. So instead of sort of wanting them to hop over there on a jet, why don't they walk? And that's what you're doing when you're writing your book. You are walking your characters through a journey, and every step is as important as the last. So don't ignore those poor middle chapters, because the thing is when your readers get to those chapters and they can sense that you're not excited about them, that you're not caring about your characters, you're just pushing them through, then you're doing them a disservice and they probably won't finish. So they won't get to that amazing climatic scene that you finished at the end. So just push through it, keep writing, whether it be, still in a linear fashion from chapter 3 or 5 or wherever you stopped, or go and write that climax and then work out how your characters got from A to B. Well, that's all I have for you today. I hope these questions might have helped. I am more than happy to answer questions anytime you like. I am one of the most easiest people to find. You just have to Google me, or you can email me. I believe that's on my YouTube channel on information. All of my contact information is in the back of every book that I've written. And I am more than happy to answer questions for anybody, because I don't believe there's such a thing as a silly question when it comes to writing and crafting the stories that your readers are going to love. You've just got to get them finished. So don't worry about how long it's going to take you to write. Just keep writing. Don't worry about what you call yourself. Call yourself whatever you like. And don't worry so much about that soggy middle. Just ignore it and keep writing. And you'll be amazed at how quickly it'll you'll plow on through. And for those people, there is another video there, which is plotting, how to plot a book out, a really simplified version of how you can plot your book out, which might help you get over that soggy middle syndrome. So anyway, my friends, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't done before. Please leave your comments below. I'm more than happy and I answer every one. And until the next time, hug the ones you love, my friends, and stay safe. Bye.